I don't know that there's a group on the planet that have more experience with diversity than do Latter-day Saints, for one simple reason. Because we have a mandate to preach the gospel all over the world with young men and young women who have spent time away from home in foreign soil, and a vast majority of them speak second languages, are bilingual.
Where I live, everyone is from different races and from different cultures, and that makes me feel accepted because we all have that one thing in common, the fact that we are all different and we come together and unite as one.
Living here in New York, I've also met so many people from different races, from different nationalities, and I completely always feel that it's one church, and no matter what the color of your skin is, but it's gonna always welcoming you no matter what.
Since I've been a member of this church, I've always felt very loved and very welcomed, and I've always been made to feel like I'm at home no matter where I am. I've been to the church in different parts of the world, and I've always felt that warmth no matter where I've been.
When I first walked into the church chapel, it was the friendliness, the handshakes. That's something that you don't really see much in Mongolia.
Everyone's brother and sister, auntie and uncle. That's pretty much how it is at our ward and our church here.
The Lord's kingdom is a melting pot for all of his children, men and women, boys and girls. So it is something that we should and we can celebrate.
I think sometimes the biggest problem that people have sometimes is trying to make everyone the same. Is trying to say, oh, because you're in the church, we're all the same, you know, we all believe in the same thing. And that's true, but we also have come from different backgrounds. And I think if we celebrate our differences in that way, it can just bring so much more. The church is all about taking what we have that is good and making it better.
Race and culture should be celebrated on many levels because we can learn so much from each other. The unique cultural contributions that each country has is awesome. And I think living in a place where it's very diverse has been a strength to me personally.
Unity can be created from diversity. I think it's challenging to create that once you're focusing on the differences, but once you focus on what makes us all not just members of the church but human beings, then we can be unified.
The ethnicity and the culture is a wide range here. From time to time, we may experience things that may be hurtful or that may offend us. I think in those particular instances, we should use those times to educate, to teach, to invite, to come to an understanding, one with another as brother and sister, spirit to spirit.
Racism is not in harmony with the gospel. Not at all.
If there is intolerance, I feel it's our responsibility to address those issues personally. And it might just come back to people not knowing and just teaching them, educating them. And I believe that's all it's about, just helping and teaching people. There's always room for growth.
And we were unloading all our stuff. When across the street, a woman comes out, looks at us, and she says, "Go back where you came from, Indians." And my boys looked and they didn't know what to say. And I said to them, "Just wave and smile." The boys did that. 6 months later, that woman came to church with us.
It's very interesting when I think about diversity in this church. Even though that we come from different races and different countries and different cultures, that we all experience a unique culture of Christ in this church.
I actually go to a family ward, and it's a language-speaking ward. It's a Samoan ward. But there's different cultures that come to our ward. We have Tongans who come to our ward, and even though they don't even know the language, it's so nice that all of us can come together and worship the same God.
I was in France once, and I attended the meeting in French. There is a missionary, the elder, that was so kind to translate the language to English for me, and I feel comfortable.
my forebears came into the church, their job was to move from the culture of Denmark to a culture of Christ. And that takes the best out of every culture and brings us together so that we have common goals, common direction, and there becomes a unity as a result of the best of our culture.
Unity definitely can come from diversity. Living in Hawaii, I feel we're one of the most diverse places in the world, and we are very unified. There's the Aloha spirit everywhere, and the Aloha spirit is definitely present in our church meetings and our church activities, and you just see it how everyone contributes for one purpose, which is the gospel of Jesus Christ.
The interaction that comes when we come into a congregation that's different should bless the lives of everybody, because it will enable those who have not been familiar with this group or the other to gain some skills and to put away their fears and apprehensions.
In the church, I've learned that all of us, we are children of God, and it doesn't matter who I am or where I am from, but when we are united in the gospel, we have the same principles, we live the same life, and that makes it just one culture for everyone, wherever you're coming from.